guys, it's Alexa, and today I am doing a book tag. I absolutely adore doing book tags, and I was actually tagged to do the Bookish Bookin Book Tag by Tiffany of About to Read, and this tag was originally created by Becca of Awesome Book Nut, and I'm super excited to share it with you today. Okay, let's get started. Question number 1, what is a well-loved book that you hated? And the quick answer for me is actually Red Queen. It's not that I hated it, because it's very rare for me to finish a book that I actually do not like. I usually DNF and I never talk about it again. I did finish Red Queen, but I didn't like it. Like, I know a lot of people love that book, but to me, I'm just like, it reminded me of too many other books that I'd read before, so yeah, it's not my thing. Number 2, what is a guilty pleasure read? The guilty pleasure read that I wanted to share with you guys is the selection and the other books in the selection series, and I just tore through this series, so I kind of can't say, like, I refuse to think of it as a guilty pleasure and to think of it more just like, it's like one of those series that it's quick to read and like it's easy to read, and even though I can see all the issues with it, I still enjoyed it, so yeah. Selection is definitely my choice for this. The third question. Have you ever spoiled a book for someone? If so, which book? I cannot remember spoiling anyone for a book. I try really, really hard not to. I don't think I've ever done it, so I guess no is the answer to this question. Number 4, what book made you ugly cry? The one book that has made me ugly cry, and I still think of it as a book that made me ugly cry, is Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson, and oh my goodness, I cried so hard reading this book. I think it's partly because, the way that the family relationships and friendships and all of that play out in this book is just so meaningful to me. Number 5, what is your latest DNF? The last one I can remember is Tone Deaf by Olivia Rivers. The writing style and the plot just did not work for me. Number 6, which book have you read due to controversy? And I honestly cannot think of an answer to this one. I don't know, actually. I don't think I've ever read a book because there's a controversy surrounding it. My sister has, though. Number 7, have you read a book where you questioned the author's sanity? Yes, I have, but I'm not gonna talk about which book it is. And number 8, what is the most cringe-worthy book you've read? Honestly, off the top of my head, I can't think of one right now. Positively Beautiful by Wendy Mills. I just did not like the way that book was written. Number 9, what book have you read solely due to the cover? The book that I picked up basically because of the cover is Incarnate by Jodi Meadows, which is a longtime favorite recommendation of mine, and I loved it. I have a thing for masks and butterflies, and as you can see. Name a book you're embarrassed to admit you've read. Can't think of one, actually. I'm usually not very embarrassed to admit that I've read things because I usually tend to just read things that I want to read and not what anyone else would find embarrassing or whatever, so. Number 11, name an unknown book you wish more people knew of. For that one, I'm gonna choose Stronger Than You Know by Jolene Perry. It's basically the story of a girl who has to deal with the aftermath of I guess it's domestic abuse, because the way her mom brought her up was not that great, so it's really, really good. It made me cry when I read it, and I wish more people would read this one too. Name a favorite villain. I would have to say that I think the Darkling is actually a very interesting villain. He's very complex as a villain. I personally do not find him to be an attractive love interest, especially in the context of the entire story, but I do think he is a very interesting villain to read about. Number 13, name a book you enjoyed that you read that is outside the norm of the genre you usually read. Dangerous Girls by Abigail Hess, because I don't normally read mysteries or thrillers, but I read that one on the recommendation of a couple of my friends, and I have to say that it was really, really good. I was so emotionally invested in the story, and I found it so interesting, and I think the narration is done really, really well. I don't own it though, so. 14, name tropes you actually enjoy reading. Well, I actually love the story of a girl who has to disguise herself as a boy. I love that a lot, and then she becomes a warrior in the end. I love it so much. I also really like books where people have to band together in order to save the day. I'm a big fan of those, and I'm actually not too opposed to love triangles as long as they're done in the way I feel is right. And number 15 is who or what inspired you to join BookTube? And I have to say that it was really Tiffany who inspired me to consistently start making videos. The only other person I had known at the time who was doing videos was Christy over at The Story Siren, but it was after watching Tiffany of About to Read's videos that I really started feeling like booktube could be a thing. A recent inspiration for me was Kristen of Super Space Chick. And there you have it, guys. That is the Bookish Bookin Book Tag, and I had a lot of fun. I don't know who I'm gonna tag yet, so I'm just gonna leave that down in the comment box section, not the comment box, in the description section below. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you liked it, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. All my other online links are below, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!